The book of Ecclesiastes is a part of the book of God's wisdom literature. It opens up the words of Kohelet, the son of David, the kingdom of Jerusalem. In the Hebrew, one who gathers the people. And in this case, we learn, translated in English, a teacher. A teacher says to be a son of the King David. Different views on refers to the king of Solomon, another descendant of David, and still others would think Israelites teachers using Solomon-like persona. Whoever this views is correct. The key poet of a teacher different from the author, and different the author of the book, and remains synonymous of this book. And the teacher's voice, or the most of the book, is a different voice, as the author introduces the teacher, and the end concludes in summarizing and valuing a teacher has said, as the author has said, and figure out this teacher has said, and process it in a form of conclusion. What does the teacher have to say? What the author summarized in the beginning and the right in the end. The hevel. Everything is altered by hevel. Most English Bible translate hevel as meaningless. Doesn't capture the heart. In Hebrew, hevel means vapor or smoke. And the teacher uses this as 38 times in the book as a metaphor. How the life described temporary, fleeting, a whiff of smoke. In seconds, like imaging or a paradox. Like smokes, but when you try to grab it onto it, there's nothing there. There's so much beauty and goodness in the world, but when you're just enjoying it, it all seems to blow away. We have the strong sense of just. Well, all things, bad things happen to good and bad people. It's unpredictable. It's like chasing after a wind, like a hevel. It's like a downer. Why he's saying all this? The author basically's goal is all to target the ways, meaning, and purpose in life apart from God, and to let the teacher destruct from these, and investing energy, emotion, and energy, lasting meaning. And as a teacher, the hard lesson of reality, and the clear opening of the book and the poems, and times, and on death. Teacher says, you can spend your whole time working, achieving, and making life meaningful. You really stop and consider for all the human effort that takes effort in the world. Nothing really changes. Sure, we develop technology, we build nations, and rise and fall, and we'll climb a mountain. We'll see if they care. It was long before we were here, and long right after. No one's not going to remember you or what you did 100 years, but that mountain will still be there, and the ocean will still be there, and the sun will still be there. And so the time will eventually erase you and me and all we care about. And that is heartening about you. The teacher can't stop talking about that, and how throughout the book, and how death is the great equalizer, and it actually is meaningless in their life, and divides the wise, the foolish, the rich, and the poor. No matter who you are and whatever you've done, good or bad, we're all gonna die. It's unescapable. And there's that two ideas the teacher describes: activity and false hopes in our lives, and its meaning and significance, wealth, careers, social status, social pleasure, working hard is making life, working work stress, and a toll that takes on an anxiety. And by the time you work at any old age, you're gonna be too old to enjoy it anyway. And by the time you pass it on to someone, they may not even, and someone cares about it anyways. And you think pleasure is gonna make life worth. Go for it. Live for your vacation, live for your weekends or parties. Monday, always times. Hevel. Everything is hevel. Why is the teacher trying to evade? We compare with this. It's hevel too. The teacher acknowledges the ideals of Proverbs, of wisdom and fear of the Lord. That's the real advantages as a whole. It goes way better for you. Because even living by wisdom and the fear of the Lord, they're helpful too. Because they don't guarantee good people will die tragically and horribly will live prosper. There's two exceptions, as wisdom and helpful, not meaningless, and enigma. Wisdom doesn't work the way it should work. So how do you live life in the midst of hevel? Philosophically, the teacher describes the true enjoyment in life. It's accepting, it's acknowledging everything in your life is out of control. And 6 times, in the bleakest moments, the teacher talks about the gift of God and the enjoyment, the simple good things in life, friendships, family, a good meal, a good sunny day. You can't control these things. You're not guaranteed these things. Whether beauty, when you burn to the top, a total trust into nature frees you. And enjoy my life as I experience it, not as I think as I not. Because even my expectations of life are ultimately hevel. Everything is utterly hevel. The teacher words are to the end, the conclusion of the teacher. The teacher's words are important words to hear. Enlightens the shepherds of staff and a guide pointing on them. Might hurt when it pokes you, but the teacher is to poke you to get to right to move direction, to go greater wisdom, and warns you, you can take his teacher's word too far and bury in books, trying to answer why life is such a puzzle. Don't try to. You'll never get there to the end. The author offers the conclusion. Fear God and keep his commandments. This is the whole duty of humans, for God will bring every deed into judgment, every hidden thing, whether God is good or evil. The author thinks it's good. It challenges your time and death, and most of life was completely out of your control. Will give life true meaning, the hope of God's judgment, and make clear a way, clear the hevel, and bring true justice to the world. And that's the hope that will fuel the life of honesty and integrity, despite the fact of being puzzled by life miseries. And that's the wisdom of Ecclesiastes.